Hello, hello.
Damage boost engaged.
One. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Here they come.
I could use some assistance.
Locking down the objective. Rally to me.
Back in the fight.
Let's group.
We still need you.
Yeah, time to heal up.
Zaya, let me know what your ult's at so we can do a Diva Zaya ult.
50.
Cool. I'm at 53.
My ultimate is charging.
Oh, let's break this. Die! Oh. Drop the beat.
Good as new.
They have no shields, which is good for us.
Okay, I have wood, let's group.
I'm at 70 at the moment.
My ultimate is charging.
I have ulti.
Heroes never die.
Get Diva first.
It's almost ready.
I'll get my ult
I
first,
could
yeah.
use some assistance.
Огонь по готовности.
Guys,
I'm at 90.
Where does it hold?
Get that man.
Got ult.
Oh no! Oh my god, nice. Nice, good job Reaper. McCree upstairs.
I must go where I'm needed.
Attack the objective.
Your support has arrived. I'm just getting warmed up. Ah, the wonders of modern medicine. Ich bin da. Let's get you back out there.
60 seconds remaining.
No, don't take me. What are you gonna do with me? Come on.
You've got more hours on a Junkrat, mate. Like, if you want to be, you can use Junkrat if you want.
Can you please take normal heroes? Let's make decent composition.
It's our last
because this
chance.
is not working.
Ah, the wonders of modern medicine.
30 seconds.
Heroes never die.
Attack the objective. Time to raise my GTX. Take the point. Don't worry, I got it.
My ultimate is charging.
Immer unterbricht mich jemand bei der Arbeit.
Is probably the only one that is really good out of the three. Like the other two don't really make that much sense. Does that make sense? So yeah, due to misfortune, don't really get much benefit out of and because keystones are so important in Season 8, you're going to be losing out on a lot, which is why we might go into a different tree. These other two aren't really going to be that good for us, and if we go into Domination, there is one. This one is Thunderlord, so obviously, as you know, well, it's kind of like a Thunderlord. As you know, Thunderlords is pretty good on some champions like Ezreal, I guess, as they're showing you here. It can work as kind of like a damagey burst kind of thing. But this one's actually pretty cool as well, this Predator one. So it's kind of like having a Ghost Blade active in your kit, but you do a lot more damage afterwards as well, if that makes sense. So like you're running up to someone, imagine playing Jhin, for example, you stack this up, you have this there, and then you run up to someone, you hit them, and you're going to do a bunch of extra damage. So that might be something we do. Not really too sure. And the final one that we might go for, that probably not, but we might do, well, one, this would work with Blade the Ruined King because it slows when you attack. It's kind of like a frozen mallet-ish on this thing, but it also, when you use an active like this right here, that gives this little ray of frost as well, which slows in an area, which would work with Blade the Ruined King because it's just an active item. This one though is the one that maybe would be a thing for like cheesy stuff. You get summoner spell shards, so basically, as you can see, just flashed, he'll go back, he can change the summoner spells. Now imagine being a Vayne, for example, who's probably going to get battered in the lane phase. If you blow your heal or something like that, and then you want to get back to lane because you're going to lose so much CS, you could change that heal while it's on cooldown for a teleport and get back to lane and just farm, and then obviously late game you change it for another heal or something like that. But it's not that good, like you're going to be missing out on a lot. So we're mostly going to go for the precision ones. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show you some pages that I think are going to be really good. Now with these three things, what I kind of think the champions I might use them for to start with, I've kind of like listed them out a little bit for the AD carries. Most are going to go into this lethal tempo one, the attack speed. That is really annoying, that buffering. Okay, most are going to go into attack speed because it's really, really strong. You get up to 80% attack speed, which is insanely high, and you can go over the attack speed cap. So basically, if you have 2 or 3 attack speed items already in your inventory, you're still going to get full benefit out of this, if that makes sense. Most will go into there. Champions that stack in AD would be things like Ezreal, Lucian, Draven, Kalista, and Varus, who build attack speed but also have some kind of reason to attack the same single target for a long period of time. With Kalista with that stacking and stuff. For Tristana, who's swapping between targets and stuff, you don't really want that kind of thing, in my opinion. Attack speed will be a bit better. And the heal is really like Jhin, Draven, Misfortune for... It's like more defensive, but this attack speed is almost too good to give up. So what we can do is we can go down here to the create your playstyle, and we can actually make some AD carry pages, which is what we are going to do right now. So first of all, to start with, we're going to be looking for these 3 keystones. Now, as we explained them before, lethal tempo is probably the one that most people are going to go for. It's actually really strong.
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself. I'm not one for standing around.
I never thought I'd see this place again. Where does it hurt?
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Overwatch. Good riddance.
Game on.
Thanks.
Right there.
Attack commencing. Escort the payload.
I am moving the payload. Fall in between.
Heroes never die. Enemy seen. me.
Death walks among you.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Fire at will.
Danke. The
This
payload.
time,
Move it
I'll
out.
finish the
Gemeinsam
job.
kämpfen wir.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
No one's going to stop me.
My sights.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Nerf this. I'm on fire.
Fish in a barrel.
This time, I'll finish the job. From the shadows.
Group up with me. Group up. Join me. Walk it off. My ultimate is ready. We need to move the payload. My ultimate is almost ready.
My ultimate is almost ready. I need to take a little underground.
Thank you.
60 seconds.
Repositioning. I'm patched up.
We need to move the payload.
Nerf this.
We're out of time. Attack!
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir. Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Let's try that again.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Your safety is my primary concern.
Hey,
I will simulate our upcoming mission to identify all possible outcomes.
I'm with you.
hi. Give me a break.
For your safety, please move behind the barrier.
Get back in the fight.
Just like in training. Visualize, then execute. Так точно.
You are advised to move behind the barrier.
1. Attackers incoming.
Research level increased. For your own safety, get behind the barrier. You're not getting away.
Get up.
For your safety, please move behind the barrier. Stop right there. Holding position. I recommend moving behind the Analyzing previous combat performance.
My ultimate is ready.
You're not getting away. This will be your shield. Supercharger is ready to be deployed.
My ultimate is ready.
Not so fast. You are advised. Not budging. Requesting healing.
Get healed.
Fire at will. Continue back.
60 seconds remaining.
Healing would be appreciated. I recommend moving behind my back. Supercharger is ready to be deployed.
Activated. Get through this.
Cease your resistance.
Get in there. I will watch over you.
Behind the barrier. Exceeding expected combat value. Recording performance for future analysis.
Play of the game.
strong because it has a 6-second cooldown as well. So you'll be using this multiple times in a fight, and it's just an insane amount of extra damage. Now this one is going to give us a shield, kind of like a Bloodthirster shield. When we get healed, part of that excess, like if they overheal you, for example, it turns into a shield. So if you're with a Soraka or a Sona or something like that, this will be really, really, really strong, especially late game as well, because obviously 50% scales. So once you're like getting big heals, like 300-400 heals, the 50% means a lot more, if that makes sense. This one, restoring 15% of your missing health, is pretty nice, but this one's probably a little bit better. While you're below 60% mana, your basic attacks, they kind of build up this focus. Then once you exit combat, you convert that into mana. So it depends. If you're going to be spamming your spells quite a lot, then this one would actually be pretty good. The takedown is nice. It is 15% health, so it is pretty ridiculous. But obviously, if you're going to be spamming spells, then you kind of want to get this. So I think Overheal is probably the strongest if you play it with a heal support. Otherwise, you would go for one of the others, right? Now we can take 2 more runes here. This one is like a legend stacking thing. So basically, every time you kill somebody, you get a legend stack. And then, oh wait, sorry. So you get legend stacks for killing people, but you also get them for epic monster takedowns, large monster kills, mini kills, as you see there, and every 30 points you get another stack. So maximum of 5. This means you would get 20% tenacity, 20% attack speed from this one, or you would get 5% lifesteal, I believe, from this one. So again, more damage, but if we're going to have lethal tempo, which is already giving us loads of attack speed, we probably want to get some extra lifesteal, maybe some tenacity, depends what you're against. Against like heavy crowd control, you would go here. I guess most people will go for the attack speed because it's ridiculous, but you're going to be building a lot of attack speed now. It might get a bit funky, but we'll see. For now, it's okay. This one is like your percentage damage increase. Now this one is below 40%, which is pretty nice. But this one here, if you do up to 5% more damage to champions while below 80% health, while you're below 80% health. So this one is really, really good. But the problem is, once you get to late game, like fully late game, you have so much life steal with crit and stuff that you will be topped up to 100%, 100%, sorry, with shields and everything else, pretty much the entire game. This one probably won't prop really, really late game, but this one actually probably will. So mostly, I think this will be more damage overall. This one will be really nice, but once you get life steal, it kind of becomes a bit redundant, especially life steal with crit, you kill for a lot. This one is dealing up to 8% more damage to champions based on how much more health they have, so it's a tank killer mastery, or rune, sorry, which is going to be pretty cool. So, for example, I guess we could go for this and just say most people struggle with tanks, right? So we'll have that there to us instead. Now, with these other ones, what we can do is we go into our secondary tree. Now, most of us are probably going to go in domination or sorcery. Now, sorcery is probably going to be, the one that most of us go for, because it gives us 12% attack speed anyway. This is why, by the way, I'm a bit hesitant to keep making attack speed everywhere, because you get so much free now.
Hello.
One cool thing, though, is it means that crit champions is getting, like, double.
Hello.
Come on.
I'll be busy soon.
Hello.
Attack commences in 30 seconds. I will simulate our upcoming mission to identify all possible outcomes.
My kind of thing. Lights, camera, action!
Come on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A. Please move behind the barrier. You're not getting away.
Justice will be done. Don't worry, my friends. I am your shield.
My ultimate is ready. And I will
Go.
Und wo geht's jetzt?
Reaper behind.
This is not over!
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, same here. I got 2 fucking ult and nothing happened. Nice.
Is that all?
Get in there. Watch your back.
Barrier won't hold forever! I am capturing the objective! Don't worry, my friend. I am your shield.
Taking the point. Don't worry. I got it.
Gain the objective! Join me! Back into the fray. Come out and face me!
Ultimate is ready.
60 seconds.
My ultimate is charging.
Hero never dies. Find and destroy.
Get behind me!
I found the teleport.
Get in there.
Just get G. You're not that bad. Very good.
30 seconds remaining.
Wait for me!
10 seconds.
Time's running out. Everyone attack.
Don't worry, my friend.
The objective is mine. Be quick.
Let's get you back in the fight. Enemy contact.
This is
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
one-man apocalypse.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Order will be restored.
All right. Do what you live for. Do fight.
Is whimsical today. Death is whimsical today.
Thunderstorm!
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
point against an attack.
The enemy is another.
Play of the game.